cocktail that's probably going to take about 15 minutes, but most of that time, we're going to be making, on the show, an infused basil rum.
Yes.
And Derrick's not the only thing full of hot air.
What? But NO2 is kind of cold.
Oh.
Save 15% off at awesomedrinks.com. Coupon code CMC215.
Welcome to Common Cocktails! I'm your host, Derrick Schommer, and I've got with me Curtis McMillan and Ian McAndrews. Sure, you get the new Mick in there.
McAndrews.
I'll be McDonald's.
McSchommer.
I'm the clown. Okay.
McSchommer, Curtis McMillan.
There you go. We're going to make a cocktail.
Yeah.
This cocktail's going to be on the complicated side.
I don't even know what we're doing.
We're not working.
Oh, yeah, he has no clue because he wasn't part of this. So,
a Basil-Infused Daiquiri.
Yeah. It's called the Basil-Infused Daiquiri. Is that what it's called? The Basil-Infused Daiquiri?
That's what it says on the card. And we're making an infusion on air.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah, that's why this is we're dropping education. You don't have to make this
I
cocktail
have
at
not
home.
seen this thing since Tales, and I was confused when they did things.
Sweet.
So we're going to kind of go through and explain.
Awesome.
Sweet.
But
hey, you got more of your cinnamon all over your face again.
The lineage on how this works is that this is
It covers the white.
a Dave Arnold cocktail.
Oh,
Liquid
perfect.
intelligence.
Okay, I'm going to
And
start being serious
We did
this
the
came
daiquiri.
out of
We've done the daiquiri from Dave Arnold.
yeah, this is coming out of a book by you know,
Craft Cocktail at Home by Kevin.
Kevin
Lou?
L-I-U. Is it
Lou.
Lou?
Yeah.
Lou?
So Kevin Lou interpreted Dave Arnold's cocktail and put it in this book, and we're using it because this is the week of salt.
Salt Week.
We should open up with Veruca salt.
Welcome to Salt Week. Let's not open up with whatever.
Salt of the earth.
2 ounces go right in here, right? We good?
4 ounces.
Well, I mean, first 2.
Yeah.
I can only do 2 at a time.
Of
Otherwise,
course, that's what you meant. So, starting off with 4 ounces of white rum.
White rum. We're
Red
going to use Bacardi Superior.
And I've already put in probably like 4 or 5 good basil leaves. So
they're in there already?
Yeah, they're already in there.
Oh, sweet.
And then I'm just putting this bad boy in there. So the only things in the canister right now are the basil leaves and the rum.
See it?
Oh, yeah, I can vouch for that.
And this is what's known as flash infusing.
Yeah, it is. It's called that.
Yeah.
Oh, so if you have an Easy, this is the smaller of the Easy, so it goes up to half a liter.
You sell these?
I do not. You kidding me? These things are like $120 a piece.
Okay.
And that's not really, I mean, that's not wholesale, but if you don't put the ring back in,
Bad things will happen.
no, it's just, well, bad things meaning you blow through a canister and you're like, why didn't that work? Because we make whipped cream with these, and sometimes I leave it out, and when you inject it, it just goes all over the place. It doesn't blow up, it just gets cold all over your fingers.
Oh, well, you
So
don't
you
want
put
to lose a
that
finger
in
to
there.
frostbite. That's bad.
You gotta also clean it. If you don't clean it, some of the O2 will just blow back in your face. It doesn't hurt you.
Now, there's 2 different versions of this. I know that this was a big Dave Arnold thing.
Yeah.
Are these the N2Os?
These are N2Os. The other one's a
nitrogen.
carbonation. I don't have the carbonator. I mean, CO2.
Yeah, well, this one called for the N2O.
Yeah, you don't use
NO2?
CO2. Yeah, this is NO2. You don't use CO2 for sale. Oh shit. You don't use CO2 for these because it ends up with a carbonated stank to it. We don't want the carbonated stank. Oh, jeez! I'll spray you with whatever comes out of here. Because it's gonna happen.
That could be fun.
Alright, so what we're gonna do is
No, I'm going to be driving, though.
we're gonna
Make me smell like rum.
We're gonna no. Oh yeah, you would definitely smell like rum.
That's an awful idea.
We're gonna discharge 2 of these in here.
Yep.
1. And now,
That's
the other
it.
thing Dave Arnold, that's 1. What
I mean,
the
that's
other-
all it did?
You need, well, after the first one,
You want to do the?
you just shake it. You can do it.
Okay. So you take this little guy out. He's dead. Ah! Give it a little stir, like a 3-person shake. You got another one in there? Oh,
Yeah.
what do you want to do this one?
Yeah.
All right. So the other thing, and make sure it when you back it off so it hooks right, or else it's gonna go and blow me in the face.
Destroy
It's
all the
all the way
bottles
down.
behind us.
Like hardcore. So yeah. So now you've put all the O2 in there.
Yes.
Yep. Now
There's a
we're
lot
gonna,
of pressure in here now.
Yeah.
I can take this off now.
Yeah.
Okay.
Then we're gonna let it sit for a minute. That's fine. Some will always back off.
That makes sense.
The other thing Dave said, so then what we're going to do is we're going to
Those are cold.
swirl a little bit. Yeah, they get cold.
Do you believe me?
And then we got to let it sit for about a minute, and it's kind of boiling.
Because I don't want to touch that face.
So the other thing to notice that Dave said, and if you read any of the guides that come with the Easy, you're not supposed to put 2 in there. And the reason is, from what I read in Liquid Intelligence, I don't know if you got there or not, is if you use a cheaper version of this, when you do that, they can pop, and when they pop, people can die. Right?
Yeah.
So,
but this is a heavy duty.
It's a high quality one.
It can handle it.
It can probably handle 2 times what we just did.
Yeah.
And he said what you would do is, if you see the bottom of this, how it's bent in,
Yeah.
the first thing that'll do
It'll
is it's going to pop out.
That makes sense.
And
So if it
takes more
pops,
Did run.
Well,
No, you don't want to add more. You don't
find
add
some cover and hide
Right,
for a little while.
You just made a pipe bomb of basil. Yeah. A basil pipe bomb. No one's gonna know what the hell happened.
My wife's standing at the funeral. It's like, I loved him so much, but the basil killed him.
And it was done.
The drink killed him. No, really.
It really did.
It's like that Mrs. Doubtfire joke, right?
So do you know what's going on in there right now then?
With flash infusion?
Yeah.
So there's some pressure in there.
I remember reading about
It's taking all the rum and is pushing it into the cells.
Yes.
And then when we let all this pressure out, it comes
out.
out. It takes all this
The oils and
loveliness.
everything with it.
Yeah.
Everything comes out. Rather than letting it sit for a week or herbs are tough because they can take a long time to just you'd have to macerate them and do all the crazy stuff to them and like sit for a while. And then
So this saves you from having a lot of muddling and stuff.
right,
Yeah.
but it's $120 for one of these. So unless you're making a lot of whipped cream or you're doing infusions, or you can do bitter.
So shouldn't the at-home warning be, like, follow this common recipe, but don't use the cheap shit?
Yeah.
like cheap? Don't go buy a $50 one of these.
Yeah.
Follow directions with the hardware that you have.
Yeah.
And don't double pressurize things that aren't easy or they're cheap.
Well, I kind of learned this. This is Curtis being dumb. When I was at Wink, I thought I had those old glass, the tonic, the tonic bottles.
Yeah, yeah.
I had a bunch of those, and one day I somehow thought that it would make sense to put club soda in there and then pressurize it again. And thank God it had the wire mesh on the outside. It went off like a bomb.
I bet it did.
And I'm just like standing there. Me and my barback are just looking at each other like, did that just really happen? Like,
That just happened.
did I just blow up Wink?
We survived! Yeah!
So now the next thing you can buy for these, and I don't have, is a fusion kit, which basically is one of these that goes down this way. Because I don't have that, I have to basically blow. You want to leave it you want it as straight as possible so you don't blow all the liquid out. This one's actually not that full, but.
Yeah.
If you do this, you're going to lose it all. If you do this and you don't put anything in front of it, you're going to spray your friends with CO2 and basil and all the other goodies.
Rum. Or whatever's in there.
Right, so now you're going to quickly discharge. Yeah, you can see there's no extra.
That's pretty good. Oh.
Boom.
Look at that. Is that cold?
Well, it is like foaming or whatever that is.
Cold.
It's fizzing. It's whatever that is. What is it? Smoking. So there's some chemical stuff happening.
There's something going on there.
Right. Now we've got a product in here that we're going to need a double strain. I'm a little current about that. So what? Now we can make a drink.
Yep.
We're going to shake, strain. Look at
That's
that.
product.
And it's probably bubbling in there. I think it boils because of the low
pressure.
Okay, so we're going to start by double straining directly into that.
All right, we know we've already pre-measured this, so we're good to go. All right, just pour it, huh?
All right. I will start working on some limes.
Did you want to taste the product?
Oh, yeah. We need limes, though, right?
We do need
I'm
limes.
just trying to be proactive.
You don't want to.
What's the drink called again?
Looks like a religious.
The Basil-Infused Daiquiri.
Smells like rum.
Yes.
Just go with it. See what it ends up tasting like.
Yeah.
Or do you want to sample?
I mean,
Oh, we can't sample because it's 4
Yeah.
ounces. We need the 4 ounces, right?
Yeah.
Oh well. It's kind of got like a cool little tint to it.
We'll get a taste on it.
We'll get a taste right here.
I'll do the.
What are we making next?
I'm just gonna do 1.5 simple.
Yeah.
Can I have one of those, too?
You want to?
You get one.
My kids stole them all. I got these. Oh wait, what's this?
Kids.
Here, give this to Kurt because he'll be a
I
liner.
need what, 2?
You want, so the recipe is going to be 4 ounces of our basil-infused white rum, 2 ounces of lime juice, which is a crap load of lime juice.
It is.
But it's also double the recipe because you've got 4 ounces. We really could have done everything in half,
Yeah.
but because you're infusing it
It's
in
not a
with
juicy
the
lime.
easy. What? Because the limes are way hard. That's why I
impressed
nuked
by
them.
the juiciness. This is the nuked one.
Really? Yeah, it still was not that great. These are probably the worst limes I've ever seen, ever. So we're going to need 2 times as much lime as we expect to have. You're not even an ounce in yet.
I know, and that's one lime.
I know.
Maybe my cold lime will press better than the warm lime.
Oh, well, they are different limes, so I wouldn't base your science on the... What is going on?
Well, that's normal. I mean, you usually get about 1 ounce per lime.
He's
not
not. He's
at an
he's
ounce.
not even at an ounce, and he's on his second lime. They're just really crappy limes.
Hard lime.
They're hard, like they're not ripe.
I feel like I'm going to break your squeezer.
Well, that's probably the next thing to do. I wouldn't squeeze too much because you're blowing all the flesh.
Yeah, that's true. All the zest.
No, I was thinking the flesh. Look, it's hanging down.
Oh, yeah, that stuff's coming out.
I'll just have to double strain it.
Which we can do because you have the double strainer right here. So realistically, you can do half of this, but you're going to end up with 2 ounces of extra Basil-Infused rum. Well,
It's like a hanging garden.
you can probably clean that up by just dumping it. You still need more lime.
Yeah, it's a good thing we have a lot
Go
of
get me
lime.
some lime. We bought so much lime this week. Of course, we were supposed to use them, but I can buy more tomorrow if we need them.
Yeah.
There's no bitters in here, huh? Oh, the Saline's kind of
Yeah.
the other one. So what is we got here? Just simple syrup and rum, right?
Simple syrup, rum. You need the how many?
6 drops.
6 drops.
6 drops. 1, 2, 3. You getting
Those are the juiciest lime so far.
5. I want some music. 6. Ah, 6.
So the thought process behind this week for the Saline is that as you go to more fancy bars, you're going to start noticing this as a main ingredient in a lot of cocktails. And I wanted, as a group, for us to build a full week's worth of Saline cocktails and kind of get an idea of like what it does, what it doesn't do, how it's used, so that, you know, if you guys decide to start using these things, you can kind of put it into practice and see if it's something that you're interested in doing, or just learn from our mistakes and learn how to use it the right way.
We don't make mistakes. Give me some ice, bitch.
There's no mistakes in experiments.
No.
So everything else is in there?
Everything else. Well, we had a lot of time
Yeah, this is
because
true.
you were like killing you got all raping pills like a whole family of limes over there.
3 limes.
Gosh. Are we pouring it? What are you doing? So this is gonna be a big drink for a 3-ounce coupe, by the way. So you're gonna basically get.
You're going to get 2 drinks out of it. That's what it's made for.
Yeah. Wow.
That had some legs on it.
Is that it?
No.
Oh.
No, it went that way. I think it went towards the
Onto my phone.
Yeah, probably on the phone.
You're not gonna. Have you done this before?
Yeah, my seal's not grabbing.
You gotta have a good seal, dude. You don't want to break the seal. That's how babies are born.
Oh my god.
Is it?
Yeah.
From peeing after a bunch of drinks?
Yeah, that's it.
Yes.
Okay.
Dude, we don't
good
need
to know.
oh, we need a garnish. We don't have any more basil. Right? Do we have basil?
It's right here.
Slap it.
That was loud.
That was the worst slap ever. You slap like a girl.
Because you don't need to
Oh, you're
slap it.
spanking. You're giving it a little bit of a spanking.
Here, can I
let's-
see the cutting board?
No, but you
Just
can
gonna make
put
it
here.
look nicer.
This is where it needs to be, I think. Right there. Oh, it'll
Yeah,
be
sure, you
nice
can see the
after
cutting board.
accident coming.
So piled it.
This is why it's called Common Man Cocktails, because we're just like, let's just go. Look at all those lime asses.
I don't... Sorry.
What are you gonna make it look
I'm
like?
sorry, I didn't know there was some basil preparation going on.
Are you gonna dress it up to look like a badge from Star Trek?
That would be really cool.
Yeah.
Should have done that on the...
I know.
Yeah.
I was supposed to, but it was a really long week, and it didn't happen. Which one of these are you using? I'm really confused. Oh, that one? You didn't spank that side?
Yeah, dude. Spank the whole thing.
Oh
better
no,
spank it.
you gently brusqued the tip, which you cut off.
Oh look, I can't get the
subsequently.
damn thing to focus. Oh, it's sinking! Ah! All right, there's your drink. I'm gonna put this.
I'm
in my
guessing
mouth.
this is going to be awesome.
I always get the Wayne's World thing when I think of Dave Arnold. I'm like, we're not worthy. We're not worthy.
I always think of Steve Arnold, so there's that.
Yeah.
Is it worthy?
That's tasty.
That's tasty.
It's sweet.
Doesn't have a lot of basil.
It's pretty sweet.
No, it's in the back end.
It's it's the very after the sweet.
It
the
lingers.
sour,
It lingers with basil.
Let me double check that theory.
He just wants to drink more.
It's a nice daiquiri too. It's really well balanced.
You just
Yeah.
if you were to make this, he's just gonna cough all
I
over.
aerosoled it wrong.
There's no aerosol, right? That's why That's why you're if you notice.
There's the basil.
When you drink and breathe,
Yeah.
only one of those two ever happen at once.
So what do you guys think the salt did to this?
It makes it better.
I think the salt accentuates the flavor because it involves more of your tongue. It opens up more of your tongue to tasting some of the flavors, and
It's like a bitter.
It's a carrier for those flavors to the parts of your tongue that are salty.
Yeah.
That sense salt. Otherwise, we're going to get the because your tongue's broken down into different senses: salt, sweet. Bitter,
Unless somebody responds and says, no, it's not, that's a
umami,
fallacy.
something like maybe it's fallacy. I don't know.
There was
I
definitely
thought
different.
that the salt. I mean, from what I've read so far, I don't know how true this is. Is salt is the bitter? You know how like bitters bring things together.
Yeah.
Salt helps nullify
Oh my gosh.
bitter.
we learned this in Tales at the Camper English
Yeah, you're right.
seminar.
We would use the salt to kill it, right?
If bitter is too bitter, you can use salt to tone down the bitter without killing the flavor of the bitter.
Right.
So, yeah.
Which I think mutes out some of the basil. Because this is not as, or when I hear basil, when I've ever seen a basil cocktail, I think we've done some when we did the
gin competition.
And they're so basil heavy. It's neat to have a basil nuanced drink other than the standard, I'm going to get all crazy on my drink habits and have like, I mean, this is a complicated thing to make. If you're to make this for a party, and you can get it easy, or you want to buy one on Amazon, I think I paid $120 for this one.
Well, you could just do a straight infusion. Like, if you knew you had a party coming the week from now, you could just drop all the basil and...
Yeah. Parties usually don't happen on the spot
where
you need to do something like this. I mean,
well, they do when you're like me and you don't prepare till the last day.
Well, that's why you have an easy.
Yeah, that's true.
If you were hosting a party, though,
sense to me
and
now.
you're like, oh, I'm going to make these drinks at the party, you might plan ahead.
I think the only issue with this is that if the basil wasn't the garnish in the drink, you would never know that there was basil in it.
You wouldn't.
No, it just has a small herbal draw to the end, but it doesn't taste like a standard.
Heavier basil content in the infusion,
maybe
to
just
bring it
pile
on
like 4. I'm still getting it.
Well,
though.
Dave
It's like
Arnold,
so late.
he does the thing that I don't do. Yeah, he specifies in grams on what you should
how many
do.
grams of?
No, that makes sense. I mean, to do that. But
if
you
you're
want a
into
heavier
science.
basil flavor, would you get more basil flavor by infusing more basil in there?
Probably.
I'm guessing. Yeah, okay.
Because there's more oils to be absorbed.
Right.
And
So
maybe use a bigger batch, like 4 or 6 or 8 ounces instead of just the 4 ounces.
Yeah.
And then you just pour it back in your bottle and you have basil infused rum.
Yeah.
That's what I would do. Just make a bigger batch and use it.
Oh, there you go. Yeah. Because it's not like it's going to go bad.
Not gonna go bad. It's there. It's done.
Yeah.
And so are we. Question today: what would you infuse with rum? Chocolate cocoa nibs.
I hear coconut's nice.
It's a little overdone. How about trying?
Everybody's got one of those.
How about suggesting something that's not already on the market?
Yeah. Oh yeah, like elderflower rum. I don't know if you could probably do that with elderflower.
Yeah.
I got some elderflower upstairs.
Cranberry infused rum.
Cranberry infused rum. That's very New England of us.
Oh yeah. See, cranberry infused rum. Think about it. I don't think you could do that actually.
Nope, I don't even know.
Hard
you didn't put parameters on the question. I'm sorry.
You'd have to macerate it and then let it soak.
Was that a challenge?
Yes. I knew this. This means. Wait a minute. Now am I going home and pulling out the beakers? So there.
I love this show for that one reason.
The great thing
is
you can
that cannot be done.
Run with it.
Yeah. It can't be done. Prognosis. Hubert.
Okay.
There's no way this could be done. Right, Curd?
Go do it. So now you go do it. Make yourself one of these and tell us what you think. Feedback is awesome. And just write all the rest of the questions of the day and just tell us how awesome we are.
Feedback.
Yeah, you just tell us how awesome we are.
Yeah.
That's fine.
I'm good with that.
All right, we're done. We'll teach you how to drink. Edit in here because we have to get up.
Are you on the edge of your chair? Because if you aren't, you need to be. Because we don't know what we're doing. I'm ready. Look at his face. He doesn't know what he's doing. Look at his face. He doesn't know what he's doing either.